bundles.
For now.
That's good.
No. The more little stuff you can get into it, the better.
Good job, guys.
Thanks. I know you. Straight in.
Alright, so we are getting our fire going. Our fire's been going. There's our fire. And we are making steak and potatoes on the fire. This is something my dad taught me when I was about Jackson's age, probably. So we're getting this fire nice and hot. It's been going since about 2:30. It is about 5 o'clock now. So we're just to the point where we got some nice hot coals down there. So we're gonna let this burn for another, probably only half an hour, 45 minutes. We'll probably burn this last wood that's in there now down to coals. We'll get that great, actually we'll get the potatoes in there for about 45 minutes total. So do 20 minutes, flip them, 20 minutes, take them out. And then what we'll do is we'll put another log on, get a little bit of flame, and we'll start cooking our steaks. But coals are your best friend when cooking over fire. But we've been looking forward to doing this. We used to do this when we were camping. When we were weekend warriors, we did this almost every weekend. You know, every time we went out, Saturday dinner was steak and potatoes on the fire, as long as it wasn't raining. If it was raining, then we didn't do it. So since we've been full time, I think we've done this once.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. We also haven't had a fire pit in quite some time. So last place in Georgia, we had a fire pit. Before that, we were in Altoona, Florida. They had one, but those sites were really close together, and I just didn't feel comfortable having a fire with the sites so close together. And then before that, we hadn't had one since the Everglades. And we were going to do one in the Everglades because that was like camping for us. But they wanted $15 a bundle for wood, so that wasn't going to happen. So here we are. This is a little more less expensive for wood, and yeah, looking forward to some steak and potatoes on the fire. There's nothing like a steak. First of all, the potatoes come out perfect. A little charcoal on the outside sometimes, but the insides they're butter. They're so good. And then the steak, just that flame kiss, that wood, nothing like it. So we're super excited for this. We'll show you guys how they come out. And we got Jasmine and Jackson hanging out on the hammock. So that's the Enos nest for one person. And I got the Enos straps to go with it. Those straps are amazing, by the way. But if you're interested, that's an REI product.
How many people can fit on it?
So it's made for one sleeping, but two people can obviously hang out and swing on it like that. Sorry, the smoke is right in my face. Hold on. There we go. The smoke. There we go. But it holds up to 400 pounds. The straps hold 200 pounds each, so well within the weight limits there. But my team, when I worked at the bank, my team got me a gift card to REI, and that's what I used. That's what I got it with. I absolutely love that hammock. I've never stepped on it while backpacking. I do have done backpacking in my life. Never done it with a hammock though. But when I go day hiking, I'll take the hammock with me, and I find a spot just to hang out in a cool place, take a break. I'll pull it up. Yeah, good stuff. What we're gonna do is make a nice little bed for the potatoes. We are about 3 hours into this fire. These coals are looking nice and hot, nice and red. So we're gonna take all this wood that's still burning and just move it to a side. Create a little bed for the potatoes. With potatoes, you don't want flame. Flame will make them burn for sure. You want to just create a nice little bed.
Isn't that hot?
Hey Siri, set timer for 20 minutes. Alright, 20 minutes on that side. Flip them, 20 more minutes. Should be good. Potato turners. My dad made these a long time ago. Just two sticks with a screw through the middle. But it works awesome. You can buy this for like 20 bucks. So you can do what he did and just put it for free. Just scrap wood.
You did that one. There you go. You can edit the first one.
Alright, potatoes are done. It's been 40 minutes. You guys can see that real quick. What they look like. I'm going to take those off, put them into a pot or into a bowl, let those cool down a little bit, but they'll stay nice and warm. I guarantee they're going to be nice and soft. And then we're going to throw on our steaks. You can see those there. Got a couple of ribeyes. Jasmine seasoned them perfectly, I'm sure. But first we're gonna get the fire rebuilt a little bit, clean out, get that grate cleaned off a little bit. But I'm also gonna use foil. I'm gonna put some bacon up on the foil too. I don't like using those grates. Fire, smoke. I don't like using those grates. Even if you clean them and scrape them and all that, it still just sits outside all the time. I'll put foil down. All right, let's get done. Grab our potato turner. And two. Remember, those are gonna be super hot, so just be careful. Cover those up; they'll stay even warmer. Let's get that fire rebuilt. All right, so we got the fire rebuilt. You guys can see a little bit. But we're not gonna put our steaks on just yet, because you don't want to cook with direct flame. You want to cook with the coals still. But I wanted to get that fire hot again. A little bit of flame is fine. A little flame kiss. Also cleaning off that griddle a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to use foil anyway. So once that burns down just a little bit, we'll get those steaks on. And you don't have to worry about the potatoes. They'll stay nice and hot. Don't you worry. We've done this meal winter camping outside and have had those potatoes sitting outside for 20-30 minutes, and you still open them up and they're still scorching hot. So even in freezing weather, they'll still stay warm. So I can guarantee that in 80-degree weather, they'll be warm. Hot, actually. Alright guys, there we go. Steaks are on. They're already sizzling up. I just put the bacon up on top, so that way when I flip them, they're already bacon up on there. I'll let you guys know when those are done. It should be about 10 minutes, I would say. Those are nice medium. Alright, these are looking good. And this one's done. That one just clocked at 150, which is a little too warm. That one's, this end is still at like 130, so I'm gonna let that go a little bit longer. These are basically done. Good morning, guys. So today is a travel day. We have our longest travel day so far. We're going from this site here to that site right over there. So just one site over. But first we got to go to the dump station, and then we can wait for the people that are there now to leave, and then we can just move right into there. Interesting enough is that when you're moving just one side over, it's still pretty much the same process. I mean, we're not putting the bikes over in the truck. We're just gonna walk the bikes over, but we still have to take off you know, chocks, X-chocks, disconnect water, disconnect electric, tire covers have to come off. So is all the outdoor furniture stuff I put away. I probably could have walked some of it over, but it's just easier just to put it away. So it's just amazing how much, very similar to just a travel day. You have to, even though you're moving once it over, you still have to do everything the same way. And still check your checklist to make sure that everything is done. And things like sway bars are not as important, but like we're not going to put our weight distribution hitch on. We're just going to put it on the ball, go up to the dump station. But for the most part, it's very similar. So it takes almost the same amount of time to get ready for a one site move as it does for a 500-mile drive.
Hey!
Careful, this is very dirty area here.
Good morning, guys. So it is the day after yesterday. So you guys saw we had to move just one site over. Went to the dump station in between there, but moved over to this new site. We didn't get a chance to serve the new site because just like the day we got here last week, this guy's opened up probably about an hour after we got in, or after you got settled in. So I just want to show you guys this site real quick. Let's go outside. And we it's been raining since when it started raining yesterday around 2 o'clock. It hasn't stopped. This is the first time it stopped since then. So it's been almost, I mean, it's 12 o'clock now, so it's been 22 hours of just pure downpour. It's supposed to start up again later on today, so I wanted to show you guys the site before it starts doing that again, before I forget. And Jasmine's not here. Her and Jackson's getting a haircut, and they're going to the library after that, so I figured I'd show you guys when the truck isn't here. But here's the site. So we walk out of our door, pivot table, fire pit. I mean, it's a pretty long site. There's water. You can't really see it, but there's a pond down there. It wasn't that brown. I'm guessing there's a river that flows into it, and because it's been such heavy rains, probably just a lot of mud from the river coming into the pond. That's the rest of the site there. So here's the front of the site. So plenty of room for the truck. We parked the truck there, plenty of room there. So you notice that there's a site here. We're in site 18. That's site 19. And then down there is site 20. And 21, 22. The tents are there. There was a class B there earlier. They're gone now. But these sites are cool because, yeah, this is really close, you know, to us, but our camper is back here. So there's nobody really. So when you're looking out your window, you're sitting at your site, right, your picnic table, you're looking out into the woods, which I think is really well thought out. And our other site was like that too. So just for reference, our other site was that one there. And the same thing, those are staggered. So when you're looking out your campsite, you're looking at just woods. Even though they seem kind of close, they're really well planned out. I love it. So same thing here. It's close, but it's, you know, we're not on top of each other either. And these ones have a really nice view. I'll walk down just so I can show you guys what ours looks like from there. So this one has, you know, they have their you can back up your camper here. You can put your picnic table here if you wanted to, and then just have your fire pit down there. Let's say they moved their stuff, or you can have a tent here and everything else down there too. This is what they would be looking at if they were sitting here. So again, if they're looking, their campers here, they'd have just a camper. They'd see us up there, but really, I mean, everybody's facing this way anyway, and you can see the water now a little better. So yeah, we'll walk to the front of our site real quick so you can see better view. And there's our site there. So yeah, our truck would usually be parked. We parked it over here just to give people room to come in if they need to. Just parked it along this wall. And then, I mean, there's nobody between the new site and our old site. There's nobody in between there. So hookups are behind the slide there. So the only problem we really had was, not really a problem, I shouldn't say. Because we have such a big slide, we just had to make sure we weren't that pedestal will sit so close to the edge of the site. And the same thing happened at our last site. Just had to position ourselves either far enough away from it, or in this case, we put the slide in front of it and still have plenty of room in the front of the site. Again, water electric only. So the whole campground, besides 4 sites, are water electric only. But no big deal. I think for this beautiful site, beautiful campground, water electric only is just fine with me. And I want to say the cost was, I think with tax and everything, it came out to around $600 for the 2 weeks. So not bad at all. You know, so if you don't have slide problems, we could have come back a little further too. As much as I like the railing on the last site, I do like this one more because I can set up my Blackstone if I want to. I'm not sure if we're cooking anything that's going to require the Blackstone. But I could set up here or in the back of the camper, which I couldn't do at the last site. I had to set up kind of in the picnic table area. But yeah, I like it. And if you're Starlink users, like we are, it's working. I mean, the trees aren't really at their full blossom yet anyway. The leaves aren't really out yet. Let's see. Yeah, that is exactly north. So depending on where your Starlink wants you to point it, you could get some decent coverage here, decent service here. I think you might get some interruptions. So as long as you're not on Zoom calls all the time, you should be fine. But yeah, that's the site. This is site, again, site 18. I showed you guys last time our other site, that was site 16. You can't go wrong, no matter what site you pick here. We did the entire campground on our bikes. Honestly, whatever site you pick, it's going to be a good site, as long as it's long enough for you, for your trailer or for your camper. So yeah, so that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to show you. Took a little break from editing. This week we have planned the Georgia Aquarium for sure. That's been a long time to do for me. Want to see? I love that they love whale sharks. I love aquariums. I love marine life. But seeing whale sharks would be pretty cool. Love to see it in the wild, but that's not possible. But you can go see 3 of them at the Georgia Aquarium. So it's got to, obviously, if they have them there, it's got to be a huge tank, which I think is even cooler thing to see. So I'm excited. And somebody recommended going to the zoo. So you might check that out too. We'll see. Jackson wants to go golfing. There's a golf course here in the state park. It's literally right across the street. You could ride. The guy who was sitting in the Class B back there, he rode his bike with his golf clubs over to the course. I don't think we'll do that. I think we'll probably drive over. But it's right on the campground, which is really cool. So Jackson wants to golf. I want to golf too, and I want to hike. So we have a week left. Today's Monday. We're out of here next Monday. Raining all day today, except for right now. So we really just have Tuesday through Sunday. So we'll see. We won't go golfing on the weekend because it's usually busier. Tomorrow's supposed to be a little cooler, so maybe we'll be better off going tomorrow. But the course is going to be extremely wet because we've gotten a lot of rain. So maybe it could be Wednesday too. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Yeah, that's it. So we'll see you guys whenever we do next. Thank you all so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, give it a thumbs up below. Also, we would love for you to subscribe to our channel. Next week, we visit the Georgia Aquarium. Until then, God bless and stay safe.